I'm impressed. I'm glad I got to play with it again. I was just curious how this all come about because I was curious how the tree saw would work on the bigger horsepower tractor with a turbo. So just like a chainsaw, you need to know which way the tree's natural lean is. If I cut it the wrong way, even though this has got a push bar, I could make it fall back on me.
You bet, knee.
So I jumped in the tractor before I actually looked at it. So just like a chainsaw, you need to know which way the tree's natural lean is. If I cut it the wrong way, even though this has got a push bar, I could make it fall back on me. And it's even more important now that I have a cab tractor here that I really do this, because 474s, they've got that big steel rollover bar that actually protects you. And it, you might get slapped with some leaves or something, but it's not going to really hurt you. But this come back and crush this cab. That's just a fiberglass cab. So the natural lean is downhill. So I'll come in and cut that little one out of the way first, and then I'll come back and hit the big one, knock it down that way.
Come here. That's again, that was a, look at the leaf there. I think that's a red oak. Yeah, that's a red oak. It's an oak for sure, but it's a red oak or a black oak. I can't ever get those leaves right. But you take that stump, is probably the thickest, 12 inches across, and then the main tree right here where we cut it off was about probably 8. That's for way too much. I think it's rated at 6, but if you're patient, you can go a lot better. I think I see a downside to this thing, is you can cut down so many trees so fast that you can make a big giant mess. You got to clean it up in between.
Yeah. So I think we're going to stop right here, come back and clean this up. We'll take the mini excavator back up here, pick these up, cut them off the chainsaw into firewood. All this is beautiful firewood for next year for campfires or whatnot. So, but this is going to really open us up. Again, we're going to have to cut down some of these big trees with a chainsaw. There's some big red oaks that we got to get away. But I think Puppy Gizmo is ready to go home. And I think Mama's ready to go home too. Okay, I'm impressed. I'm glad I got to play with it again. I was just curious how this all come about, because I was curious how the tree saw would work on the bigger horsepower tractor with a turbo. And I'll have to say, it's a monster. Yeah, it does really great.
something like this, if I was going to do it every day, if I was going to use this in the woods, I would probably go with a open station 5520 or 574 with this apparatus, and I would probably weld on a metal top with bars going down to the loader arms for protection, and maybe put a piece of spandex metal across the back of it just for a little bit of space. It did throw some of the little pieces of wood up at the window. I mean, it was nothing. It's not in any danger of breaking the window. It's really like just big pieces of sawdust, but little wood chips, so there's no danger of breaking it. But if you were in an open station, you know, it definitely would throw some stuff with you. Hey guys, appreciate you watching the channel. God bless. Have a great night.
Okay, good night.
It's going to be getting dark here in just a little